Welcome to Vine. So today is the 999 Karmic portal. Interesting, right? With all of the karmic energy that's been clearing out and the transformations of the divine feminine and divine masculine. This time is a beautiful time because it's a time to really let it be. Let it be, and this reading kind of says that. So everything that you have been working hard on, and what I mean by working hard on it, I mean you really didn't have a choice. You had a life review that hit you, and that life review that you guys have been dealing with for the past months is everything was put right out in front of you on Front Street. We had the moons come in, we had the Lions Gate come in, blah, 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 to get you to the point so you can see what you had going on, what you really desired, what you didn't desire, and really get with yourself. You had no choice but to get with yourself. This is where the energy now moves into the 999 karmic portal, where it is really almost like now that everything has been set out in front and we know what resonates, which is what aligns with you, what feels like your true matching to something. And this is kind of what you're doing. This is who you're doing it with. It is how you're thinking, how you're feeling, all of those different things. Now that you know what you're wanting to do in this new season. Because this is all about transitioning from the old season to the new season. And you're doing it through energy. You're doing it through energy, which is a cool way to do it. This is, you guys know this is a smart people thing. Don't get me wrong, but it just really is. This is one of those smart people things. This is the Big Bang Theory. This is that, and nothing more beautiful than smart people, because smart people are people who understand that there is always something to know. There is always something to know. So they're open. They're open to the knowledge of the universe. So you're choosing that route to branch over to your new seasons, to make changes in your life, to grow. That's what it is. That is what this ascension journey is all about. And that's what we look into. We look into the energy report. No differently than you have been listening to the meteorologist who has been saying a prediction of the weather for years, in which they get it wrong a lot. And oftentimes these energy reports can kind of let you know what's going to happen outside. If you get you a good astrologer and you can identify what's going on with the planets, you can also, within tarot readings, know if there's a lot of combustion energy. We focus in on the actual human being interaction, because these cards give us the whole detail of life and living, like other instructions that are out, religious book instructions, things of that sort. It's focused on the life and living. But you get your good energy reports. You can tell when the elements are disrupted in us, they're disrupted outside. So that's why it's no surprise that this is hurricane season, because this is when we change over the seasons and things become disruptive. Okay? And this is also, as we do our report, this is when all of that karmic stuff comes forward. The truths come out. Everybody sees it for what it is. People are awakening that were not awoken before. This is why it's the divine masculine energy that you guys have been dealing with heavily in the masses, that there's a feeling that isn't awake. This is why it's happening now. This is why the divine feminines are awakening to new truths about themselves, new ways that they will choose to align with themselves here on the planet. understanding who you are and your ascension path. This is why you're seeing the truth of those who have been resting in karmic energy, which is that what is passing away. It's that what is being transmuted by light workers. It's that which no longer feels good, that doesn't align, that is not growing, that is not resonating anymore. It's literally a changing of seasons that's passing away. But when we read the karmic energy, it's kind of like, what's that stuck, that blocking of the energy in a change of seasons? And we're looking at that, and you're getting the opportunity to have the report to support you in transmuting. Well, how do you get an energy report? First, the way you get an energy report is that you go within and you follow your divine guidance. If you don't know how to follow your divine guidance, I wrote a book that is all about you doing that. It's not following me. My book supports you in following you. So it is interactive in that way, but it is getting to know and connecting with that higher self, that higher view of knowledge within yourself, in the supporting of the guiding. So it is checking in with you and getting the energy report, and then you do something like this and you get your confirmation of the energy report that you receive, because it resonates. And then it's like, okay, I'm in alignment with the energies. And then you have the advantage to make a decision, the best possible decision. In order to be able to receive that clear guidance and have that clear sight, then you're recognizing the importance of being aligned within. Which means you have to be balanced out and steady. You can't be here to there, to there, to there, like your mind over here, your feelings over there, your body over there, and then say, send me a divine message to know exactly what to do next within my life. And it's like, where to send it? Where are you going to be? You're all over the place, you know? What do you want me to say? You want this day, that day? So it's really also in this process is the ascension of growing more into the knowing of self. So when there is alignment with self, it's also a spending time with self, which many discover that this journey leads to spending more time alone than they had before. And then you branch out and have different connections that you'll start to have. But either way, let's get into this reading. Because I see the time is dwindling away. But that is a very good, almost like an energy report as to what's going on. Is that you're recognizing why you have energy reports. And, you know, I say, well, why do you have a weather report? You know, that's a prediction. So I can be prepared. Prepared for what? The weather outside. So what if you're not? Then I might not wear a coat and I catch a cold. So if you're not checking the energy, then you're not checking what's going on within you. And then you're not checking a collective of energy and verifying. You're verifying yourself. You do not come to this stuff for direction as to what it is that you completely do. You come here to resonate with what it is that you have already been divinely guided on. You guys are people who do your own work. You do your own healing work, which means that you've been trying different things for years. A lot of you write, you are artists. That is how you transmute your energy. So it's like what you take in from the world, you take it in yourself, and then you develop a different perspective, and then you spit it out. You know, you spit it out. So you've been transmuting that way. You've learned, you've taken educational tracks to learn. A lot of you are healers, counselors, clinicians, things of that sort. You're teachers, just studying history and things of that sort, studying nature. There are many routes that you guys have taken along this journey to develop your transmutation skills. I did the educational track. All I did was take in loads and loads of knowledge, journal articles and book knowledge. Then I put it inside of me, and then I transmuted it and dispersed it on a paper from a different perspective. That's transmutation. If I'm doing that for that, then you learn to do that for your life. So you're recognizing that you've developed the trainings throughout life in various areas. The divine is everywhere. It is not that you start to walk into the divine and then there is all of a sudden you step over and there's a new world. It is a creation of the new world here. You are the divine within your world. And what happens in that spacing is that you begin to change how you show up there, but it is what is true to you. What's true to you. And divine energy representation is everywhere. It's everywhere. In everything. And that is what takes you to the place of understanding oneness. When you begin to take an ascension journey and the higher you go, you understand that that divide has nothing to do with anything that you see with the physical eye. Nothing to do with anything you see with the physical eye is what divides. Because if you have the internal eye of alignment, then you understand that you can align with anything of difference in the physical eye. You can align with anything of difference in the physical eye. Yeah. All right. So let's get into this reading. So that's definitely a special for the Karmic 999 portal. All right. So we start this out with obstacles. We start this out with obstacles and adversity. So why would we start out the reading with obstacles and adversity? Well, it's kind of what we've been talking about. So it's obstacles and adversity. Then we come in with, and that's because that is the Nine of Wands in reverse. And that's just the basic of what it is that this card kind of even means. Then we go with the Three of Swords, and just the basic within the Three of Swords is really just that removal, that absence, that delay, that division. So it's like the obstacles that are causing those absences and those delays and those divisions and those ruptures in what? What's causing the discord? And this is often also known as that third party. Okay, so this is kind of where that third party shows up for everybody. So it's like the third party shows up. That energy shows up right here. And the reason that energy shows up right here is because it's the obstacles that cause the delay in the manifestations. So that's what a third party would be. So they're wanting to communicate what third party is about is what I am getting with this message. Okay? So I like that. I like that. I like that. So what I'm basically getting is change the story. It's going back down to the basics. It's changed the story. The reason I get that is because I'm getting told to go on to the next. Go on to the exact next thing. And then also I'm going to pull John Holland. Yep. Moving on. Positive movement forward. Both of them came out. Moving on and positive movement forward. Both of these came out. I'm getting change the story. This is all about changing the story. So the obstacles that are causing this absence and division, a third party can be anything. That could be work. That can be children. That can be someone is already in a relationship. That can be marriages. That can be family conflict. That can be money conflict. Third party can be anything. It is whatever it is that you feel means so much that it is getting in the way of what means so much. And that's whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, whatever it is that you're praying for, whatever it is that you're trying to birth new, whatever it is that you're trying to grow into and become. It's like, look, what I'm getting is that you have to move forward from it's like change the story. And the reason why we know that is because these two cards come out together. So this right here with the 10 of Wands, we went from the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. Both of them in reverse. So this is a clear message. This is not a message of confusion. This is a delivery of a clear message, which is we're going 9 of Wands in reverse. It's time. It's time to go to the 10 of Wands in reverse, where it's like, look, it's done. It's done. Because the 10 of Wands in the reverse is difficulties and those analogies, which is those stories. Those stories that what? This came out together. So this is that 5 of Pentacles in reverse that's been in those readings. Check out all of those September readings. They've all been within a matter of back-to-back days. They are all active. This is all happening this month. They'll give you even more details, but this card has come out. These cards have come out. Which makes sense being right here at the 9-9 Karmic portal, because right now everything is being cleared out. It's everything that you've been looking at. Now you're ready to go take whatever it is to the dump, and you're ready to take whatever it is that you've discovered is your gold out of the experience, and you're ready to make things happen is what I'm getting. So with this 5 of Wands coming out in reverse, it's like these stories that are leading to the disorder, the chaos, you know, the ruin. It's like, look, the obstacles, the division and the ruptures, third party stuff that is leading to the stories that are leading to this ruin. That is what's coming out major. And then this comes out by itself, which is the 10 of Swords. So when I tell you this message is so clear, so you know that's dead. It's like dead and that. Dead and that. So basically I'm getting, look, these obstacles and these stories that are, you know, being held so strongly, it's time to end that. It's time to positively move forward. It's time to move on. The reason why I'm getting that is the direction it's time to move on is because you have to remember who you are. You've ascended to the position of the co-creator. You hear that music? Then you know exactly what's happening right now. You've ascended to the position of the co-creator. You can't act like you do not see anymore. So you know what's in front of you. You know what's going on in your life. So you see all this plain and clearly at this point in time. So it's like you can't hold on to those stories that lead you into these defeated positions. You know that there aren't any obstacles for you to be able to align with what serves you. You understand now that if you are not aligning with it, then you know that it doesn't serve you, and it's something that you're not facing that is affecting your ability to be balanced and steady in producing that manifestation. I'm getting strongly from some of you that you have also realized that the reason that your unions weren't coming together, or those who weren't aligning with you in intimate for long-term relationship here, and even those who have gotten in that long-term relationship and why it's not working out, it's really or didn't work out. It's that forgiveness piece is really coming up strong, because it's like, look, it's time to change the story. it's like you knew why it didn't work out or why it wasn't going to work out. I'm getting from the jump is what's coming. So it's like early on, I'm getting the beginning. You knew. So it's like, so it's no need to not be able to face that truth and that understanding that there was an alignment with things that did not align with me. It didn't align with me because I had not yet gotten to where I could see. See what? Fully who and what I desired at that time. And it's okay to grow. It's okay to change. Many of the people recognized that they weren't able to come into that full alignment with people within their lives because those people knew that they were not in the same space as them. But I'm getting that there's a lot that just kind of, no, you can make the jump. You can make the leap. But forgetting what it took for you to get where you are. So if it took what it took for you to get where you are, then you understand that's not a leap you can just take. That's a leap you have to have intention, you have to have courage, and you have to make it. No one can do it for you. So they recognize the difference and the admiration. And what I'm getting is that many of you are saying, dang, I didn't see what they saw in me. I didn't see what they saw in me. And now you have an understanding as to why they felt they needed to do something else or do much more. And why those situations didn't line up the way that you desired them to line up. So that's coming out heavy. So it's really about changing the story. Like, it's nobody's fault. It's like getting out of that space where it's nobody's fault and no longer telling those stories that are against. It's like, oh, well, can't be together because children is really heavy. This is one of the biggest ones that's coming through. Can't be together for children. Well, that's an old paradigm. You've discovered in your ascension process as a divine being that children have more of a soul knowing than the adults, which means that they are more prepared for ascension, change, growth than the adults. The older the child gets, that is where the difficulties come in when it comes to children. Why? Because they've been on this earth plane and they start to see things from that pessimistic view. Children don't struggle going to the higher perspective. They can go to the higher perspective pretty easy. It's adults that can't go to the higher perspective because life has hit them with so much. So now when you're knowing, there's an understanding that, okay, it's not kids who struggle with difficult times. It is adults who struggle the most with difficult times that then impact the children's struggle of difficult times. When in fact, children are more prepared to sit in truth and make transformation. They have that resiliency. So in having that knowing, and even from the spiritual side of it, you can look at it as the fact that they just haven't collected a lot of those negative energies that teach them that things aren't going to be okay. Children have that natural knowing of it'll be okay, well, we'll eat some fire pop crackers and then tomorrow will be great. And, and they're dry as sunshine. It's just beautiful. They're kind of like that. And it's the way it is. And it's important to understand not to put adult emotional obstacle weight on children. Because children don't carry those things. So they are more equipped. So it's things like that are happening where stories are being changed. Stories are being changed pretty heavy in this energy right now. Where people are like, okay, wait, what I'm saying doesn't even make sense. This is just all bondage. I'm creating pathways of bondage. The money story. I don't have. Yeah, but you've always had. I don't have. Yeah, but you've always had. Yeah, I don't have, but you've always had. So at some point you're going to have to say I have. and then proceed from that spacing and moving out of the energetic space of obstacle, and moving to the space of seeing, moving on, positive, moving forward, meaning setting your eyes on the manifestation that you want to create and turning away from the manifestation you no longer want to create. Turning towards the manifestation you want to create and turning away from the one you no longer want to create. And it is ending these difficult stories and analogies that are leading to the chaos and the ruin, because you have powerful energy. So it's understanding that it can be used in better ways. Now, this is the interesting piece that all of these fell out together, and I usually wouldn't do that, but I said, no, this is coming. I'll just look at it and see what comes. And this is the moon. So it's like truths are coming out. Truths are coming out about who the true adversaries are. It's like you're understanding who is with you and who isn't with you. You're understanding the truth about what you're thinking and you're feeling. You're recognizing who you are, what you need, what you want. All of that's coming out. You're recognizing it's time to establish. Make the establishment of that steady foundation. It's time for you to do some things. With this 3 of Wands, it's coming out and saying, it's like, look, I have to establish things from this point of view, from this higher level, from this placement in which I am. I have to now establish a life from this spacing. It's coming out strong. And that everything that has happened up into this spacing is okay. I'm getting that this is creating tower moments within your life. These tower moments that are coming within your life are just because you are headed towards a steady foundation, okay? You're headed towards a steady foundation. And those around you either aren't on a steady foundation or they're confused about how to get to a steady foundation. So when you start moving, you start making them wobbly and uncomfortable because you used to stand beside them in the same energetic fabric. But now you are wanting to build a steady foundation when it comes to various things within your life that you no longer want it to be the same anymore. You're thinking from different places, from higher perspectives. So you're letting go of that hurt and that pain that you had attached to stories that you would replay. Because now it's like, well, if the ending of that story has me horrifically horrified, let me look at this thing again, you know, because I know there's some gold in it for me. I know that the universe works everything out for my good. I know that I am a divine being, and I know that things can turn around for me. So let me look at that story again. There's got to be something in this for me. I'm getting, with that placement, you're using that to craft a new life. A new life. And at the bottom of this deck, you are definitely moving forward in that placement. It's happening. It's happening smoothly. You're able to go with the flow. You're going inward to do it. You're using your light to do it. You have the Queen of Swords happening with you, so you are not afraid to say what aligns with you and what doesn't align with you. What aligns with you and what doesn't align with you. So it's really happening. Really happening. And then you have that Chariot at the bottom of the deck. The support is there for you. We are here with the sun that comes from the angels and ancestors for this 9/9 portal. Check out the duo channel to this one that has 1111 Ascension keys to support your journey as you are spiritually awakening. You are seeing through people. You are wondering what's happening, what is going on. Your spiritual eye is where you are starting to spend your time. It is a divide from the physical world that is around you because you somewhere prayed, desired, daydreamed, wrote a manifestation for something new. And now you're in the process of birthing it. So your world changes. So you're here because you are ascending. And it's not always comfortable. But it doesn't have to always not be. All right. Let's see what we have here for the sun. Know that doors are opening for you. Follow up new projects, ventures, and ideas. Connect with the inner fire that is driving you forward. You are being surrounded by the brightness of the sun at this time. Opportunities to feel and be successful are swirling and dancing around you. Relationships and friendships progress with joy, and you will feel happy and uplifted. If you're not somewhere bright and sunny right now, there will be other ways in which you can enjoy warmth and joy. Solar energy brings health and vitality and can energize and warm. And it also encourages everything to grow. The energy of expansion is with you at this time, and you are being offered the perfect opportunity to move forward. If you want to bring something to life or are ready to take a new step in a relationship, the sun will bring the right energy to you. If you are asking a question, the answer is most definitely yes. It's a good way to end. The golden mission. The golden mission is union. Union within self, then union with others. Effortlessly. See you soon.